So this last week I had something happen multiple times, and it's also happened other weeks before. The thing is I would go service some equipment at some customer or whatever, and I would end up needing somewhere to wash my hands and arms, whatever, and I didn't have anything. I would end up having to ask them, hey, do you guys have a mess sink, or do you guys have a water hose or a spigot or something to where I could wash my hands? Now, kind of embarrassing, but also really inconvenient. It'd be really awesome if I had something on my service truck to where I could do it right then and there and then start doing my paperwork and all that stuff. Well, I got to thinking, that's a lot like camping, and a lot of people who camp need the same thing, right? They need to wash up, they need to shower, they need to do all that stuff in remote places. There's got to be something I could figure out. Well, we came up with a couple ideas. Got back from the store, here's my supplies. I went and bought a 5-gallon bucket, and I also bought this off of Amazon. Now, as you can see, this is an all-in-one kit. You know, it comes with the pump, the sprayer, battery pack, everything you need, the hose, all of it. That is, I'm going to go ahead and I'll leave a link below so you guys can actually check into this if you want. Now, this one is a little expensive. It's about $39. Click on the link below. It'll give you other options that are a little bit more affordable than this. You don't have to spend as much as I did on this. The same with the lid. I'll also leave a link below for this lid in case you guys, it's a little bit different. The ones that I'm going to show you has 4 of these in it, so 4 notches like that. But the bucket, I would recommend just going to any hardware store, Harbor Freight, anything like that. Pick up a 5-gallon bucket. If you need less water, you can get the shorter ones. I believe they sell like 3 gallons. You can go all the way up to taller buckets, which are 7 gallons, I believe. So, link will be below for both of these if you guys are interested in it. Now, this is the battery pack, right? And this unit came with 2 of them. So what's awesome is you could be using one and charging the other. It does charge via just a normal USB cable with the round, it's just a round little end on it. So that part's slightly unique, but you charge it through the outlet. So you literally just plug it in like that and plug it into a USB. Nothing to it. So this light will blink back and forth blue as it's charging, and it'll go solid blue whenever it is done charging. But it is a couple days later. I did end up having to let this silicone cure a little bit because I gobbed it on there kind of thick. Let's just be real. I gobbed it on there kind of thick because I made the hole kind of like a figure 8 shape, so I could fit the electrical connector, which is kind of big. You know, it's kind of big. So I had to fit the electrical connector through the hole as well as the diameter of this hose through the hole as well. There are no connections on this end. I don't know if you guys can see that, but see, it's all weather tight, you know. Water cannot get into it. So I say let's go ahead and start putting this together. Now, next will be the lid, right? I'm going to screw the lid in tight like that and just have it 90 degrees out. So let's talk physics for a second. Okay? So if you're driving around, where would be... Okay, let's start over. Where would be the best spot to drill the air hole? Would it be in one of these lower lying spots? The higher spots? What do you think? I say, because of the physics of as you drive, say you stop, it's going to slosh like that. Say you accelerate, it's going to slosh like that. You corner hard that way, it's going to slosh like that. Corner hard this way, it's going to slosh hard like that. So where does that mean the safest place to put the hole is based on how liquid is inside of a cylinder when G-forces are applied to it? I would say right in the middle. Water is never going to touch that, right? No matter how you're driving. Now, like I said, you could get fancy and do like some little one-way valves or something like that, but I'm not going to mess with it. I'm literally going to take a drill and just pop a hole in the middle so it can breathe. Because if you're removing liquid from a sealed container, obviously you got to replace it with something else, right? This will be air we're replacing it with. So let's go ahead and get busy and start putting some more of this stuff together. So I get it. It looks a little messy, but this is just small stuff that I need to clean up. It's not a big deal. So basically what I'm wanting to do is put the bucket right here in this corner next to the toolbox. You like that? I literally just have a magnet stuck to the wall. So if you have your keys on a ring, they sit there and jingle around, right? And I don't want to keep them in my pocket, so I just throw it on a magnet. Works pretty good. So right now I need to get, I'm going to use a step bit on the lid. Step bits are awesome to have in your arsenal. I'm going to end up getting a regular drill bit set as well, but you know. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to have the lid, when it's tight, be perpendicular to the hose, just because that's my thing, you know. So you line it up, you snap it on. There we go. Remember, that's got a gasket in it, so that's water and airtight right now. So we'll go ahead, we'll take our step bit, drill our hole in the middle like we were talking about. Just like that. And it shouldn't have to be too big. If you find that the bucket's under vacuum from the hole not being big enough, just pop it out a little bit bigger. Not a big deal. So we'll just set that right here in the corner. I'm probably going to end up ratchet strapping it in there, or possibly bungee cords. Now remember, like I said, we have this for showers, but I'm not going to be showering. And the thing is if I had this like hanging out here, you know, it would be on all the time. I would have to rely on shutting it off and on to turn the water supply off. But I might go ahead and rock this. You know, it's like a little sprayer, just like your kitchen sink would have. You know, just hang that out here and grab it and spray yourself off. I think that'll work pretty well. I can always change my mind later on, you know? It's not a done 100% done deal. Look at that. Perfect. Look at that. It also came with these, you know. Came with a little hook that you could, you know, slip that into. Just like this. See? And it also came with something that you could either screw on, or it came with a suction cup. So then you got this. The question is, where the heck do you hang this thing? I mean, I guess it should be, you know, close to that. Okay, so we'll plug that in just like I showed you guys before. How does it work? Come on. It worked before. There we go. Now this, there isn't anything to hang this with. I believe this is supposed to just clip around this hose, I think. Oh, that's it? Really? All the hose I have stops like 3 feet short. You gotta be kidding me. This is my life. Okay. Well, I had to improvise because, yeah. Yeah, that rubber, the piece of rubber that seals this, it works really well. You saw how well that thing was on there. We're gonna go ahead and just fill this up and see what happens. If you guys watch the videos, this thing, they spray pretty hard for being just powered by that little battery pack. It's pretty impressive. I'm gonna be 100% honest. It's impressive. Just press this button on here for 2 seconds, it said, Now it does something weird when you just press it initially, like just one hit. It'll start blinking like that. I don't know what that means though. So nothing changed. Literally nothing changed. So we'll turn it on. Hold it for a couple seconds. I can hear it running. The blue light is on. Oh wow, look at that. Dude, that's plenty, guys. Like if I'm in the field needing to wash off, look at that. Actually, that's pretty decent. Not a ton of pressure. I mean, it's fed by that little battery pack. It's not a ton of pressure, but it's not bad either. Holy crap, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a good like 6 foot away. That's pretty dang good. Wow. Okay, then I just hit the button again and it shuts off. But for me, I'm probably going to want to dry my hands before I touch that. I do understand that it is sealed. It has a rubber O-ring on the battery connection, the electrical connection there. And this looks to be like an IP65 button, you know, but I don't know. Just for the sake of trying to keep it decent as long as possible, I think I'll wait to dry my hands, which is why this comes in handy, because then you could just, you know, spray yourself off and then it stops spraying long enough for you to dry yourself off and then hit the button. But you know, there's also the shower as well. Now the shower, you could, you know, put it up here and literally take a shower. That's kind of interesting. Let's see how well that thing performs. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Dude, that's kind of legit. I could see how this would come in handy, like if you're camping or something somewhere. Look at that. Yo, that's nice. Hang on, so you hold it for 2 seconds, it turns on, and then just hit it one time, like quick, and it'll shut off. That's pretty sweet.